Train the muscles, not the joints.
You guys already here? How'd you get here so fast? Man, YouTube's weird. Welcome back to Natural Goal and Bodybuilding. Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you about 3 things you can do for your calves if you're training at home. And these are 3 things that I do regularly, and especially as of late. This last 6 months or so, I've been kind of playing around with some calf training at home. And it's an easy muscle to ignore sometimes when you're looking in the mirror, right? Well, one thing I found because of the indoctrination of using weights, right? Using machines or specialty machines to hit certain body parts, you know, sometimes people get a little bit programmed into if they don't have the machine, then they're not going to train that body part, or if they don't have access to the certain exercise, such as standing calf raises with the plate loaded machine, or the donkey calf raise, which is one of my favorites. That's a great one. But one thing I could say is that you can get some unbelievably great results at home with doing 3 things for calves. One is something as simple as one-legged calf raises to failure. I mean, these things burn so badly, but I've found that my calves blow up when I do these to absolute failure, or pretty close, like just until the burn is so excruciating that I can't move, and then I just switch legs, right? And I do about 2 or 3 sets of this just on the stairs. Now, if you're really motivated, a great way to ensure that the calves really get broken down is to do a set to failure with each of the calves on standing calf raise, and then do just tiny jumps after the set for about 20 to 30 seconds. Just little plyometrics, like almost like you're skipping rope. You don't have to do like huge ones. Just gotta warm these puppies up first. It's a bit of a drop, but if it'll get my calves bigger, maybe it's worth the jump. But you do that for about 30 seconds or so, and you'll notice that the calves get a deep, deep tear down feeling to them, right? And so this is something that I find is a great staple to stick to, and you don't have to jump every time. That's one thing I would recommend, is not jumping every single time you train the calves. You know, when I was competing, I probably would have done it. Suicide calf workout. I can actually see the other bodybuilders before me that already did it. Did your calves get bigger? For some reason, they're not responding. I don't know why. But the other thing I'd recommend trying is just grabbing a pair of dumbbells, you know, 60, 70, 100 pounds, whatever weight you want to carry, you know. Make sure you're warmed up first, of course. But grab onto those dumbbells and just do standing calf raises just on the spot, just like that. You don't have to have the incline, you don't have to have the perfect angle. And for proof of this, there was a study that was published just recently, or a while ago, that I saw on TikTok, or somebody was talking about it, where there was a study done on these women who did calf raises, and the ones who did partial calf raises actually grew their calves better than the ones that were doing full range of motion, right? So don't worry so much that when you're standing on solid, flat ground that you're not getting a full stretch of the calf. You can still get great results with this. So one way you might want to approach this is, first you do the standing calf raises with the heavy weight, then you go to the one-legged calf raises with the plyometrics in between. And I guarantee you, you're going to experience some sort of calf breakdown. It's going to cause some gains, right? So that was one of the things I did back in the day that made the biggest difference in my calves. It wasn't necessarily weight training. It was weight training combined with a bit of plyometrics in between sets to push that calf into a deeper level of failure. And that's really what got some great calf development for myself. Now, 2 things I want to say. First of all, you can see the jumps are small. They're not extremely aggressive where I'm trying to plyo myself into massive vertical, or I'm not jumping off of a bench, although I've tried those things too, but they can be very aggressive on the Achilles tendon. If you are going to do it though, I would recommend if you want to jump forward and back, there can be some gastrocnemius activation from that too. Basically just from stopping the momentum on an angle. It might be a little bit easier on the Achilles, but also hit the muscle belly of the gastrocnemius. So that could be a helpful tip that you won't hear anywhere else, right? Because A lot of times people just say, just jump. But the direction in which you jump, like if you jump back a bit and forward and back and forward, that may affect how you activate the muscle. And jumping back and forth instead of just straight up and down might be a bit easier on the Achilles tendon. But either way, no matter what you choose to do, just try not to be using huge amounts of height or anything involved. Just work on just fatiguing the calf. It doesn't have to be super aggressive. You don't have to try to pound your heel right through the floor with how much vertical you're doing, because you never want to tear an Achilles tendon. That's a disaster. And I've seen a lot of people do that just from plyometrics at the gym under the wrong circumstance and the wrong timing. And the other thing you'll notice is that when I'm doing the one-legged calf raise, I'm not necessarily worried about going down all the way. Surprise, surprise, right? I mean, go figure, me not worried about going all the way down. But the fact is that once I go past a certain point, then the ball of the foot starts to slip off the stair, and then that becomes more of a struggle instead of me manifesting as much fatigue in the calf as possible. So I see a lot of people will try to extend their range of motion into a place where they're no longer able to just concentrate on the contraction of the muscle. Now they're focused on some other sort of variable, like keeping your foot on the stairs, and that will impede your ability to take that calf into as deep a level of failure. So yeah, that's another secret hack right there. They keep coming. I don't know why you guys just don't show up every day and watch my videos. I don't even know why you don't do that. If I was you, that's what I'd do. If you can't do any of those plyos and you don't have access to dumbbells, just do one-legged calf raises on the stairs till failure, and I guarantee you, you will get some results from that, if not the greatest results of all. Because there seems to be something to do with calves that seem to respond to endurance work, right? If you notice people who jog, that is a mild plyo, but over a long period of time, and they get good calf development. But I've also seen this in people who hike hills, like people who walk mountain trails all the time. They're hiking. They're not doing extreme weight, but they get huge calves from it. So these are some things to consider. Mountain. But yeah, I hope this helps you out in your training, guys. I hope this helps you out in your calf training, so that way nobody's kicking sand in your face on the beach when you're walking around with your board shorts. You know, if I can prevent one more person from getting sand kicked in their face, then I've done my job here. Oh yeah, check out the website. Here's some people that like my shit.